It has become trendy in recent years for major sports teams to tank in order to set themselves up for on-field success a few seasons down the line. It's a controversial practice that fans either seem to hate or accept as part of the price of winning, eventually. For collectors who remember the early swamp-dredge days of Seattle Mariners baseball cards, though, watching any team bottom out is a painful reminder that sometimes tanking is not really a choice. It's an unavoidable way of life. From the time they hit the American League standings as an expansion franchise in 1977 through 1983, the Mariners lost 100 games 3 times, dropped 95 2 other seasons, and never finished better than 10 games under 500. During that stretch, there weren't many individual highlights to ease the growing pains either. No batter reached 30 home runs, no pitcher hit 15-win plateau in a season. To be fair, though, DH Willie Horton did smack 29 bombs with 106 RBI in 1979. But as the 1984 season dawned, the Mariners were finally starting to pull together a cohesive group of youngsters whom they hoped would help turn the team into a winner. At first base, 23-year-old Alvin Davis was ready to make his major league debut after sixth-round selection in 1983 and 2 years in the minors. And on the mound, former second-round pick Mark Langston was ready for the show after 3 years on the farm, topping out with the Double-A Chattanooga Lookouts in 1983. Langston struck first, whiffing 5 over 7 innings to defeat the Milwaukee Brewers in the Kingdome on April 7, 1984. 4 days later, Davis saw his big league action, smacking a home run in 2 at-bats. Auspicious debuts for 2 guys with a lot of pressure on their shoulders, but they hardly led up the rest of the season. By September, Davis had collected 27 home runs and a gaudy 116 RBI to go along with his .284 batting average. All that rolled up into a 6.0 WAR, 9th best in the American League. For his part, Langston ran his record all the way to 17-10, supported by a 3.40 ERA. He also led the American League in strikeouts with 204 and in walks with 118. Still, that performance was good enough for a 4.4 WAR, third on the Mariners behind Davis and veteran hurler Jim Beatty at 5.2 WAR. Mariners fans finally had two somethings real to cheer about, and the feeling that they were watching some of the best young talent in the game. Baseball writers confirmed that notion in November of 1984 when they named Davis the American League Rookie of the Year, with Langston finishing a solid but distant second. That same month, the duo made their Major League Baseball card debuts, landing in both the 1984 Fleer Update and 1984 Topps Traded sets. The next spring, they made their cardboard rounds again, with rookie cards in the 1985 Donruss, Fleer, and Topps issues. If it hadn't been for the hoopla surrounding Dwight Gooden and the 1985 emergence of Eric Davis and Brett Saberhagen, along with the intrigue of the 1985 Topps Olympic cards, Davis and Langston may have made a run to hobby stardom. As it was, they did pretty well, with collectors seizing on Davis cards in particular. Hobbyists have always loved the long ball after all. Alas, even with all that excitement over those young guns, the Mariners continued to struggle and didn't break 500 until 1991. By that time, Davis was in his last year with the M's and 1 year from retirement. Langston had long since departed the Pacific Northwest, first for the Montreal Expos and then for the California Angels. And there was another kid involved in that move over the hump in 1991, a youngster named Ken Griffey Jr. Thanks to Davis and Langston, Mariners fans knew exactly what to do with Griffey when he arrived and when he broke out. After all, they had seen a phenom once or twice before. Like our video? Then like our videos and subscribe to our channel. WaxPackGods.com